What up, everybody? This is Dario Hunt from Living Life Fearless, and I'm here with my reaction to Filthy America, It's Beautiful by the LOX. In my book, the LOX will go down as one of the greatest what could have been stories in hip hop. The fact that they never really blew up like I thought they could have, or even really put out music on a consistent basis, is really just a tragedy. Whether it was due to label issues, apathy, or some kind of combination of both, they were never really able to get it together despite their immense lyrical ability. So to see them finally release something after 17 years was a surprise for me. Now, the LOX came up during a very specific time in hip hop. It was a time when gritty, East Coast street music ruled the airwaves, and you can definitely hear it in the DNA of their music. However, the times and the soundscape have changed significantly since then, and as solo artists, they really had a hard time adjusting to this new type of sound, and as a group, they never really figured it out either. Filthy America is firmly stuck in the past, and the production all sounds like something I would have heard from them in the early 2000s. And while this gritty street music type of sound is really where I think they sound best and are at their best, on this album, it sounds woefully outdated. And the few times they do try to update their sound turn out pretty disastrous. The agreement and secure the bag are just horrible. I'm all for street music, but good street music. And the production here isn't even good for the times it's still stuck in. Lyrically, Chic, Kiss, and Styles haven't lost a step, and they still have an immense amount of bars to deliver. And the pecking order lyrically is still for me Jadakiss, then Styles P, then Chic Luch. Content-wise, don't expect anything new. They're still here doing what they do best, and that's rapping about the streets. They still do it well and better than most people out there, but honestly, it's kind of started to lose its appeal with me. After all these years and all this turmoil and all these ups and downs, I just expected to hear something a little bit more interesting than stuff they were rapping about, 20 years ago. Ultimately, my excitement about seeing a new album from LOX quickly faded into disappointment. Not just because it sounded outdated, which it does, but because this wouldn't even have been a good album for them back in their prime. This one definitely won't make it into my collection, and I'll still be here thinking about what could have been. Have you heard Filthy America? What'd you think about it? Do you think it sounded as outdated as I did? Let me know in the comments below, and be sure to head over to Living Life Fearless and leave your rating for the album.